Namaste and a very warm welcome to this first trimester yoga practice for pregnancy. So welcome, I'm so glad that you are here, and however your baby arrived in this world, I'm so glad you're here. So conception and the conception journey is so vastly different for every woman and every family. So I just want to extend an open welcome to you. However long or short, however easy or difficult, and however challenging that process might have been. And I know for many of you, this might have been a really, really long journey to arrive in this class. And, you know, I want to honor you for all the steps you've now no doubt taken to arrive at this place. And welcome to your baby. And this is really always a class for me, for more than one person, so however many babies are there, okay? So the first trimester of pregnancy is very challenging for many of us. So in many ways that's because of the world we live in. We have a very kind of yang and very active focus in our lives, looking, you know, to always about doing things and achieving things. And the first trimester is very much about grounding and rooting. So I'm going to bring that energy to you today and really give you a very gentle and relaxed class to really help you through and to help you feel nourished by this pregnancy experience, and to extend my support to you. So firstly, I invite you in the first trimester to do this very important practice as much as you can. So this is your homework. Okay, so place one hand on your own heart and the one and your bottom hand next to your baby. And then we're just making that connection. And many people use the expression expecting a baby, but the baby's already there, so I'm not sure what we're expecting. You are a mother. Welcome to this journey. And close your eyes. Okay, so softening the physical body, just relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the jaw, and settling into this connection from heart to womb, from your heart to your baby's heart. And just being in this present moment without expecting to feel something, just really being there for what is right now. Feeling the sensations of the breath rise and fall. And breathing for two as you share this breath force, this life force energy with your baby, this prana, this sacred breath for two. And your chest expands and your compassion expands as you exhale. You just allow that to travel down towards your baby. Inhale as you feel the expansion of the chest, the rib cage, fullness, openness. And exhale as you allow that to travel to your baby. Breathing for two. Or three, or more. Enjoying the breath, and may this nourish you and nurture your baby as you inhale. There's a full, deep expansion and awareness of openness and fullness. And as you exhale, relaxing and releasing and letting that breath travel down deep into the darkness of your womb that holds your baby. And while we're here, let's activate the good energy for this family. We're creating the Shantipat mantra. So we ask for protection, we ask for nourishment, we ask to create good energy together, both for yourself and for your baby and for your baby to you. And we ask that we do not create animosity between each other or bad feelings. Okay, and you can chant after me. Sahana Vavatu. Repeat. Sahana Vavatu. Sahanau Bunaktu, Sahanau Bunaktu, Sahaviryam, Sahaviryam, Karavavahai, Karavavahai, Tejasvinavaditamastu, Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvisha vahai vahai. Let's chant together. Sahana vavatu, Sahana vunaktu, Sahaviryam karavavahai, Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvisha vahai. Let us be protected, let us be nourished, let us create good energy together, and let us never be animosity or feel animosity towards each other. Welcome. Take a little gaze to your hands. And then rub your hands together. Good. And place it over your eyes as you spread your hands in full appreciation of the changes going on in your own physical body and your baby's body, as we step into this appreciation for this first trimester of life. Good. And then as we bring our hands back together to the heart center, we're going to start to greet our baby with love. So you allow this presence to be honored from your heart to theirs. Back into the heart center, sending a river down from your breasts to nourish and nurture this life within. Inhale. Gratitude for how things are, for the changes, no matter how challenging it might be right now, just simply dropping into the space of connection to you and that life force within. Exhale. And then bring her all the way down to the earth and just take a moment to honor that which nourishes us. And then bring her back to the sky as you open into Yoni Mudra, the source energy, and then all the way down back to your heart, honoring the source, life force energy, that which sustains and nurtures us. Pause at the earth, gratitude for everything she has given you and all you have received as a mother right now. And inhale back to the heart center. And exhale, taking a deep dive into the mother as we honor the mother we now are, welcoming ourselves to this mother energy with gratitude for what we have received. Coming back up to the heart. And let's integrate that up into the elements. So as we inhale, we're receiving and opening. And exhale, coming back down to the heart center. And feel the energy of that moving through you. Honoring the earth as we come to meet the elements above. And then opening up to receive and bringing her all the way back down to the baby. Smile and then bringing her back to the heart center, honoring this life force energy within, that which has nourished and nurtured us as we inhale, receiving and opening. And then bringing her back to the baby. Thank you for arriving in my space. Thank you for being here with me. Magical process of conception and receiving new life. Good. Bringing her back down to the earth and meeting the elements, opening and receiving. Good. And let's bring the hands behind us as we interlock, lift the heart open to receive. stretching through the shoulders, and then exhale, we're going to come into a seated cat and cow. Just rounding the spine and releasing any tension in the spine. Inhale and exhale. If you prefer to come off your bolster at this point, I do prefer to be flat on the floor for this. You can do inhale. And see how you can make yourself comfortable in your pregnancy. See what you can do in your yoga practice to just enjoy it a little bit more and just create more pleasure for yourself and your baby. Bringing pleasure back into this big picture of life and yoga. And exhale. Rounding into the lower back. Inhale as you stretch up and open. And then exhale, we're going to come to the right side and find a complete release of the spine as you inhale, stretch up and open. And find this movement is nourishing. This movement is pleasurable. And this movement creates space for you to grow. And I often find that women who come to my classes in the first trimester, they say, oh, I don't feel like I should be here because I haven't got a baby bump. But, really this is when we feel it the most in pregnancy. It's such an intense time of change. So know that you're in the right place, okay? Exhale. Good. And now we're going to gently look over the shoulder as if it's just an ordinary everyday activity and movement. No extra effort. And then to the other side as you inhale, lift, and exhale, just a gentle gaze over the shoulder. Good. Release the feet. Stretch through my knees now. Need a bit of love and attention. And come into the release of the ankles and enjoying the ankle circles. And then point the toes towards the floor as you almost try and meet the big toes to the floor, stretching through the front body. And then inhale as you lift the heels off the floor, stretching through the back body. And again, pointing the toes towards the floor, feeling the energy through the front body. And then inhale as you lift the heels off the floor, stretching through the front body and releasing. Great. Okay. So now find yourself in, again, your comfortable seat, whichever, and I'm going to come into Virasana. You could choose to do so. Yeah. Okay. So we're just going to take a strap now. And you can loop the strap, and you can also use any kind of fabric. And we're going to hold onto the strap. So the strap is about the same width as your shoulders, or a little bit wider, okay? And as you inhale, we're going to reach and extend up to the right side, and straighten the arms as you feel the stretch in the back of the shoulder blades. And the first thing that I personally noticed in my own pregnancies was the change in the breasts, and it's really quite dramatic. You could probably notice that even before the pregnancy test. Let's go to the other side. So really working into this upper body to just take away any tension. Breathing into the stretch, extending the arms and finding the sweet spot. What feels good for you? Breathing in, and then exhale as you come down. Good. And let's travel with the strap. So we're going to travel forward and back. Inhale as you reach up and extend, and exhale as you find the sweet spot. Inhale, opening, and inhale up, and exhale as you reach back. And let's stay here for 5 breaths as you really stretch through the shoulders. Just releasing any sense of responsibility. Sometimes we can kind of replan our entire lives in those first 12 weeks. Just take it easy. Take one step at a time. Perhaps, taking all of those burdens that you've thought through and just really being there right now. Good. Just take another deep breath as you release into the deep stretch in the back of the shoulders, and then all the way down. Great, so let's release the strap. Great. And we're going to shift over into our hands and knees position. Great. Okay. Okay, so here we're just going to find a nice comfortable all fours position and really working on releasing in the lower back. And this is a movement which I would recommend you do every single day in your pregnancy to connect to the earth, backs to the feet, pushing into the floor. Inhale as you travel up. And exhale, traveling into your cat pose. And the movement starts here and then goes vertebra by vertebra up the spine. And then the same on the reverse, so vertebra by vertebra coming back again. So always starting in both directions from the base of the spine. Spread the fingers wide, find that connection to the earth. And releasing, coming back to center. And let's come into the movement of the pelvic floor connection, the hip circles. And see if you can isolate the movement. And notice how as you tuck in, the pelvis closes in this position. And notice how as you stretch out, the pelvis is open. And just giving yourself this time to tune in to the sensations and be present. Okay, so let's just circle in the other direction. We'll do 3 times, so we'll do the same on the other side. Use the breath. Let the breath, always in yoga, let the breath drive the practice. So the breath is always at the driving seat of all the poses. And through the breath we connect to other layers of ourself, the energy body. Release, great. Okay. And then as we exhale, we're just going to come into a child's pose, and we're going to take it nice and wide so the knees are open, there's a good distance between them. And we start to pad the hands forward and either grab a pillow and place the pillow under the head, or if you feel comfortable, you can place the head all the way down. And start now to breathe into the stretch. Option here, you can go ahead and add a bolster, and add the bolster if it's starting to feel uncomfortable. You can add the bolster between the buttocks and the heels, or if your ankles are just not feeling good, oops, head dive, you can get the bolster, the pillow, and tuck it between the floor and the ankles. Good, so let's really start to allow ourselves to sink into the earth and feel that sense of grounding and rooting. Feeling close and connected to the mother energy of the earth supporting us in this pregnancy, and tapping into what it feels like to be grounded. And you'll notice in this class that we're not going to stand up. And although I feel in the 2nd trimester there's a big shift in energy and there's lots of benefits to doing more active poses, in the 1st trimester I encourage you to take grounded practices. So breathe into your chi, breathe into your kidney area as you stay here, and try to connect to that feeling of nourishing yourself. Feeding yourself as you feed this baby. Imagine the kidneys, and stay in this position, imagine your kidneys are expanding and contracting just like tiny little balloons. Imagine, or perhaps get someone to place their hands on your kidney area and breathe into the imaginary hands or the real hands. And feel that prana, that life force energy starts to expand and open as you are nourished and as you nourish. Breath is deep and full and filling you with life force energy, revitalizing any lethargy, any deep lethargy you might be feeling during this time, which is completely natural. And just allowing your body to refill, to become alive and nourished. I'm going to stay here for one more minute as you keep that awareness into the breath and into that life force vitality of breathing into the kidney area. And notice any body parts that could relax a little bit more. Could it be the neck or jaw which could let go? Could it be the wrinkles in the forehead, the anxiety, the tension that could release? Could it be the shoulders that could drop a little bit more? Breathing for 2. I am grounded and rooted into the earth. I am supported. I am grounded and rooted into the earth, and I am supported. Good, and the last few breaths like this. Great, and let's come out of that child's pose simply by starting to pad the hands, lift the elbows, and come back into our hands and knees position. And then here again, we're just going to work a little bit on release in the lower body. So you're going to bring your right foot forward, you can just grab it and bring it forward. And then start to, again, find the hip circles as you nourish and nurture the pelvis and bring blood flow to you and the baby. Finding the movement that's pleasurable and enjoyable. Good. You can also here, if my arms are pretty long, but you can also choose to add in the blocks. I should have shown you that before. Great. So the blocks can just give you that little bit of extra height. Great. And then heel toe back to your hands and knees position. As you bring now the opposite foot forward, and then you start to find that movement in the opposite hip. And do the movement that feels good for you. Make it nourishing and nurturing, grounded and rooted, coming into the full expression of your present moment. Moving with awareness of how this breath rides through you right now. How can you embody this present moment? Last few movements like that. And then heel toe out to the side and coming back into your hands and knees. Let's sit back onto the heels. Good. Just remove the blocks if you were using them. And let's just work a little bit into the wrists. So taking the wrist forward and pointing the fingers towards you. And stretching into the back of the body. And as we come into the first trimester, there's a lot of changes in the hormones of our bodies. Relaxin hormone, which creates deeper flexibility, is much more possible. So we just really work on making sure that we don't overstretch and our joints are supported in the poses. So let's come from that hands and knees position into an extended legs position, okay? So extending your legs fully, and I'm going to face you, but make sure you're on your mat, okay? And let's come to our forward fold. Okay, so we're going to start with our right side. So taking the right foot and just bring the right foot towards you, take the calf muscle away from you. And then if you find that your knee does not meet the floor, you can go ahead and add in any kind of prop to support your knee if you feel your knee just needs that extra bit of support in order to meet the floor. So you shouldn't have any of your limbs in space. They should be fully comfortable. Okay, so I'll keep that there. Okay. All right, so as you inhale, we're going to lift and extend the heart center, and then just start to walk the hands forward and find what feels comfortable for you. Energize that leg, draw the awareness into the quadriceps, allow that to hug in, and then just let your head relax, okay? We're going to stay here for 7 breaths. And breathe into the back body as you open the chest. And just allow the nervous system to start to digest, to rest and digest. Put 70% of the effort into the pose. No need to feel you need to go anywhere. And simply being where you are right now. Breathing into the back body. Relaxing, letting go. Good. And then slowly let's start to release the stretch. We're going to take it the other way. So place the hand behind you and remove the prop if it's there. And then as you inhale, we're going to lift up and open. And then as you exhale, we're going to come back down. Almost as if this is a flower starting to bud and starting to open. Inhale as you lift up and open. Gazes wherever feels good. And exhale as you release. Inhale, lift up and open. And exhale as you release. One more time. Inhale to lift up and open. Extend, and we're going to hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Release and coming all the way back down. Bringing the knee into the body, and then just extending out the right side. Coming to the left side, bringing the left leg in. And then again, if it feels more comfortable for you, you're going to go ahead and grab the support for the knee and bring that in. Okay. And then start to walk the hands forward as you activate the leg to support you and feel the earth. And then inhale to lift and lengthen, and exhale as you allow the nervous system to start to drop into rest and digest. And the breath is fully supporting the pose as you feel the waves of the breath ride through you. Enjoying the sensation of inhale and exhale, and feeling grounded and rooted into the earth. Maybe 70% of your flexibility in all of your seated poses, no deep stretching. Getting into the habit of really avoiding going to your edge. If you're already practicing yoga, adjusting your approach. Okay. Last breath here, and then slowly start to pad the hands back up to the body. Release the prop, and then as you place your hand behind, so your hand is underneath your shoulder, we're going to inhale, come up into our mermaid, and exhale, release back down. One more time. Inhale as you lift up and open. Exhale, imagining the flower as she blooms. Inhale as you reach up and open. And then exhale, coming back through. Good. Releasing that leg, extending forward. Let's again come into our release for the ankles. And yoga has amazing benefits for avoiding any kind of swelling in the body. I've never seen anyone practicing yoga 2-3 times a week get really bad edema or swelling in pregnancy. So many benefits for you in your pregnancy to manage the changes of the physical, emotional, and spiritual layers of the self. Wonderful. Okay, so from here we're going to come into our cross-legged position. So again, you can choose lots of different options. So first option, to sit on the bolster and come into that Sukhasana, the cross-legged position. And the second option is going to be your bolster straddle. Great. Something like this. So try a few options out and see how you feel. And let's return now to this connection with our baby and the connection to our body as it changes. Become aware of how your breaths have changed. Noticing how they are creating the nourishment for new life. Become aware of the gentle swell of the belly. Perhaps it's so subtle you can barely feel it. And again, let's start to join our heart to our babies as we bring our hands into Namaste Mudra, and through Yoni Mudra, the source gesture, we take her all the way down, greeting this baby with love. And just knowing that we are with this baby for however long they choose to be with us, and just accepting how this life flows. And so many women will avoid doing any yoga practice at all in the first trimester, as we live in fear of what may happen, and we know all of the experiences of others. But with this baby, just give yourself this opportunity just to be with them right now. Just say, you are welcome. I have space for you in my life, and you are welcome. I have space for you in my life, and you are welcome for however long you choose to stay. Great. And then coming back to the heart center, let's release the hands. Yeah. So before now we come to our relaxation, and I'm going to offer you a very long, deep relaxation as you might need it. You might be feeling exhausted, nauseous, of course, that's very common. Before we do that, we're just going to do 2 breathing practices. Okay? So the first one is called the golden thread breath. And this is a practice you can use throughout your pregnancy, even into your labor. As you inhale, it's a nasal breath, breathing into the nose. And as you exhale, it's a very small gap between the lips, tiniest gap, and we breathe out of the mouth. Okay? We're going to add a visualization of a golden thread, and that thread travels out of the mouth into the distance. And as we do that, all we're doing is just telling the nervous system to release and relax and calm. So anxiety, it's a way to deal with stress and anxiety. And the anxiety of being in the first trimester for many of us is quite high as we go through so much change in everything we're thinking and feeling and experiencing. Okay? So close your eyes as I guide you through this practice. Inhaling, feeling the expansion of the chest, and exhaling, feeling the relaxation and the release. And follow the waves of the breath. Tapping into the full deep expansion of the chest, the ribcage, the belly. And bringing that breath 360 radius into the entire torso. And let's start to add in that gentle exhale through the mouth. As you inhale through the nose, the tiniest pinprick gap in the lips as you exhale through her. Inhale, nose, chest, ribcage, whole body. Exhale, breathe out that tiny pinprick in the mouth. And once more, inhale nose, exhale through tiny pinprick. Let's add this image of a golden thread as you inhale, filling up. As you exhale, the golden thread travels into the distance, releasing further and further. And as you exhale, notice the exhale slower, more restful, more grounded. Inhale fully, exhale. That breath is golden and silky smooth as she travels into the distance, like the texture of embroidery yarn, soft, smooth, silky and golden. Inhale, a pleasurable breath, and exhale, a deeply sensual release of a golden thread as she travels into the distance. Inhaling, exhaling, releasing that golden thread. Allow the exhale to slow down as you release. And last one like that, as you exhale, the thread travels further into the distance. And now release the effort, any changes, and come back to your natural breath. Eyes closed as you come into a silent moment. Feeling and absorbing the rebound, the vibration you've created. Good. And just rub the hands together and then place the hands over the eyes. Slowly open the eyes. Great. So this is a breath you can use anytime you feel a little bit anxious, anytime you really feel that you need to de-stress and relax. It's great for active labour when we get along the road into that part of our experience. Okay. Great, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to practice another pranayama, and this pranayama is called bumblebee breath, so Brahmari in Sanskrit. Okay, we're going to do this to travel inside, and as we come into pregnancy, it's very much about leaving the external world, world of work, world of helping others, as much as we can, to travel to really noticing what is going on and being with this new life. And this is very challenging if you have other kids, if you have a very stressful job, and lots of things going on in your life. But giving yourself this opportunity is so important right now for you. Okay, so it's very simple. And what I'd like to tell you is that we're going to do this 10 times. And after the 10 times, we're going to come to lying down. I don't want to interrupt you at that point because it's a very nice vibration to really feel and be with without being interrupted by someone else. So we're going to practice 10 times, and then I'm going to show you what to do. Okay? It's very simple. So we're going to come to a relaxation pose. Okay? And it's a side lying shavasana or corpse pose. So we come down onto the elbows. Okay? And we're lying on the side. We can use the bolster, and it's quite comfortable even without a big baby bump. It's also very comfortable to place the bolster in between the knees, and just to have that nice feeling of the texture and the fabric on your feet is really comfortable. Make sure the feet are fully on. So I really want something like this is not very relaxing for the feet, with the feet dangling. So push it all the way through. Okay. And then the arms, I like to be in this kind of, this top arm in a cactus position and the bottom arm straight. You can also add in a pillow under the head if you want to. Okay. So 10 Brahmari breaths, and then coming into your side lying relaxation pose. Okay? All right. So bumblebee breath. We're going to take the knees up for this to make it more relaxing and less demanding on the upper body. We're placing the hands over the eyes fully, and then we're using the thumb to block the ear. So it's pushing the lobe of the ear until you can't hear anything anymore. And we do this on both sides. So it looks like this. Okay? Let me demonstrate the sound one time. Okay? And you'll find that you really travel within and you just completely come away from the external world. Okay? Be aware of your posture, so this is not very beneficial for your body. So chest is lifted and you're supported. Okay? 10 times, and I will keep my eyes open and you will close them. Okay? Let's begin. Once you've completed, come to left side lying Shavasana. Okay? Settling into the earth, into your relaxation, allowing the physical body to be completely at rest and the baby to be at rest with you, and knowing that everything you feel, the baby also feels. Knowing everything you feel, the baby also feels. Relaxing all parts of your head, face and jaw, your chin and neck, releasing and relaxing and letting go of any tension in the shoulders as she softens into the earth, and your arms start to release. The bones relax, they're gripping from the muscles, and the chest and the breasts are settled. The rib cage the lungs and all her organs are releasing and relaxing. The baby relaxing in utero. And the whole of the spine, from the base of the tailbone to the sacrum bone to the lower, mid and upper back, the whole spine is free, releasing and spacious between each disc. And the whole of the pelvis, the leg bones, the knees and the lower legs, the ankles, the feet and each and every toe start to allow the connection to the earth to be deeper, more grounded and more rooted as you find your place being supported by the mother energy of this earth herself, as you settle into your new life as mother. And allow yourself to be supported as you give this time for your body to completely release. And if there's any remaining tension in your physical body, send your breath into the body part that needs that little bit of extra care and love, and allow that body part to completely release, directing your breath into complete relaxation as you choose to let go. And notice the breath in every expansion, the capacity to hold new life is nourished and supported. And with every exhale, you send that energy to your baby. The breath opens to receive, and the breath releases to give back. And you open and receive, and you give back equally as we travel into the cycles of life, the cycle of giving and receiving, as you open your arms as a mother to this baby. I choose to receive. I allow myself to give. I allow myself to receive. I am free to give. I allow myself to receive, and I am free to give. The cycle of the breath, mirroring the cycles of life. And let the mind's eye start to travel all the way down into your womb space. And start to bring the mind's eye all the way inside into the womb. And see her nourishing darkness, her luscious support, the most perfect host for your baby, naturally designed to be her support system, to be his support system. And see your baby or babies within this space of nourishing safety, this space of nurture, of love and care. And whatever stage your baby's at right now, try to visualize where they are. Visualize their form, their growing limbs, and their beating heart. Visualize their face. And visualize how with each second of this relaxation, your baby changes and grows. With a deep knowing, there is nothing you need to do to make that happen. And visualize a simple change that might have happened in just these last seconds as your baby grows and forms, and through the love and nourishment of your womb, she starts to grow. He starts to grow. And his placenta is starting to be formed. And visualize the cord that joins him to his placenta. That organ that supports him and nourishes him. And connect to the life within the placenta. that precious organ that grows within your baby, his placenta, his cord, connected fully to your body. And every emotion travels through that cord into your baby. And now send a message to your baby just through the cord that ties and binds you. That he is loved and he is welcome. That she is loved and she is welcome, just as he is. Knowing so many things about him have already been decided, but knowing your love, your practice, and your offering will shape him and form him. Share that with him and share the message. I welcome you, and there is space in my life for you. I welcome you, and there is space in my life for you. And start to notice his beating heart, and notice your own, and notice how you are housed in the same body, heart to heart. Your blood his, your sensation his, your feeling his, your sharing. And with this, let your body rest and let your baby rest as you travel deep into silence, as you travel deep into silence. So slowly now start to become aware of your body as she is held by the earth. Start to notice the sensations of the air on your skin, the sensations of your clothing. And start to tune back into the sensations of your baby. The sensations of your breasts. The sensations of being pregnant right now. And then start to bring those little movements back into your fingers and toes as this deep relaxation comes to a close. And then start to interlock the fingers, maybe stretching above the body, giving yourself a full deep stretch, pointing the toes, maybe finding a yawn. And then very slowly you're going to place your hands onto the floor and using your upper body strength to come all the way back into your comfortable seated position. Wonderful. So I'd like to close this practice by offering you the Shanti Pat mantra. So we come back in a full circle and we ask in this pregnancy and with this baby, we ask for protection, we ask for nourishment, and we ask for good energy to be created together and no bad energy to form. So let's chant this together. And one hand to baby, one hand to heart center. Take a deep breath in. Let's chant Om together. Om. Sahana Vavatu. Repeat. Sahana Vavatu. Sahana Vunaktu. Sahana Vunaktu. Sahaviryam Karavavahai. Sahaviryam Karavavahai. Tejasvina, Tejasvina, Vaditamastu, Vaditamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai, Ma Vidvishavahai. And let's chant Om Shanti. So peace for ourselves, peace for our babies, and peace for all beings. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So namaste, and thank you for watching this video. And as you move through your trimesters, I have other videos available on YouTube in my account, Return to the Self. And I also offer a prenatal yoga teacher training, which you can find on returntotheself.co.uk. Namaste, and thank you with love from Jo in Bali. Namaste.